Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Pixels and Kilowatts. This is Sammy J here. Thank you for joining me on this journey of inspirations and 35mm film. Again, like I said before, and if you've watched my other videos, it's 35mm film. It's just part of the journey. It's the vehicle to take me into different areas. Here, I got my lovely Canon AT1 here. Anyways, diving into this session quickly. What are we talking about? If you've seen my previous video on the museum event, it really inspired me in a way where I was looking. They had a section for photography in the museum, and just going there and looking at mostly black and white and names I didn't hear all from photographers and other things that you're always in a learning mode, frankly, to be honest with you. I mean, I got a few books on photography I'll share with you in a different session, where you need to understand the history of photography and how photographers progress through the years and some of the famous ones. Long story short, specifically on being a minimalist in photography, that catch my attention because simple things like a tree, and mostly black and white, and I'll put some pictures here as we're talking. You'll see some pictures from a famous minimalist photographer, Michael Kenna. Again, I'll put in the description a list of 4 or 5 minimalist photographers, but the one that inspired me, and again, I'm sharing with you my journey, and hopefully you'll get inspired and look this guy up. Michael Kenna again. He's I think he's British photographer, and there's some other German and Japanese, so it's a mixture of different nationalities. But this gentleman, Michael Kenna, is amazing. The way he presents his pictures, again mostly black and white, and it's landscape, trees, sea, fog, stuff like that. Again, less is more in minimalism in photography. It's about stripping things down. Again, we're in the age of hyper. Everything's 5,000 pictures in 2 hours. We need to pictures, and it need to be 50, 48, 100 megapixel. I mean, we're all crazy about the megapixels and how crisp the picture is. And I mean, strip all this down to something simplistic. It's calming, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, put some comments there if you don't disagree with me or you have a different perspective on things. Again, it's not an opinion. It's a point of view. Again, in photography or this specific journey I'm in, I'm learning new things. If you look at my Instagram, @PhotoFusionArt, that's my Instagram handle, @PhotoFusionArt. I'll put it in the description too. I don't have a specific genre. Sometimes I like macro photography. Sometimes I like, when I travel, do landscape. I'm not good, frankly, with portrait photography. But, I mean, I tried different things. Fast shutter speeds, water droplets, smoke photography. I'll share some of those things again in my journey that I learned. But sometimes you just get bored with macro photography and you want to, go on a different route. Don't limit yourself. This is my genre and I'm gonna do this from now on. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Why deprive yourself of the beauty of photography, the beauty of this world, and do other things and get inspired? Now, if you do something and you don't like it, okay, stop and move on. It's not a complicated process. We humans make things complicated. Again, study the history of photography and build a good base and move on that. Again, I'll do a specific video on the history of photography and a few books that I read, and actually just opened my eyes on different kind of photography, like lomography. What the heck is that? And a bunch of other things. So, but this video, like I said, is on being a minimalist photographer, or stripping down to the essentials, frankly. focusing on simplicity. And then, frankly, it seems like a black and white brings more when you're taking a picture of a specific subject, being a minimalist, like a tree in a forest, or a tree on a beach, or a piece of wood on the beach. And if when it's in black and white, for some reason it just pops out. Like I told you again in previous videos, with these cameras here, you take a picture of a bench and it just comes out differently. I don't know why. In being a minimalist, or trying to mimic others, again, how do you learn? You learn from the pros. I mean, it's okay. We need to read books. We need to look at these guys, Michael Kenna and others. Nothing wrong with that. That's how we don't copy. We get inspired. That's very different when you go and copy the exact same picture. Look and learn, and then do your own. Have your own style. Everyone had their own style. I'm not saying go. So capturing what's necessary in being in minimalism, and then try to convey a message. When you have a lot of space, and then a specific subject or object, photography is an art. We understand that, but you're trying to convey a message. When you go to a museum, again, what inspired me to do all of this for you guys is my little trip to a museum, which I haven't been to a museum in like in a year. So I got a membership now, and I'm just forcing myself to go often and learn. And just it's amazing. There's a lot of great things around us where you can actually get inspired and think about different things. And it's emotion, but it need to have a lot of dead space, they call it. Like I said, this tree, and I'm gonna put some pictures here in between these, my talk and the videos. Like this tree on the beach, or this piece of wood on the beach, and you get a lot of fog or grain and black and white, and the dead space around it. They call it negative space. I don't want to call it dead space, because that negative space or that dead space around a specific subject, it highlights the subject, because your eye is going to go boom straight to it. So you're going to be hyper focused on that, because there is not too much distraction. Most mirrorless cameras, almost all of them, you can go in the settings and monochrome. You can take some black and white. Spend a week and take nothing but black and white pictures and see what happens. And if you got that camera tape, not duct tape, the camera tape, you can actually cover your screen with a piece of paper or that camera tape, they call them, and then try not to look on the screen. Just use your camera, use your viewfinder, take pictures. We're always doing that, we're always doing that, we're always doing that, we're always doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. So I tried that one time. I just cover it with safely with whatever you want, and then try to do that, and then do the 2-year-old as a person, 2-year-old person style. What does that mean? That means look up. We're always taking pictures at eye level. Try to either look up or look down, and different angles. Okay, so anything can be a minimalist photograph. The key is 2 things. You need to have that negative space, that dead space, and you need to evoke emotion. When somebody look at it, there is an emotional attachment, there is an emotional feeling about it, something that evokes emotion. And if that's not possible, you need to be delivering a message. Like clean, simple lines, simple composition, parallels, geometry. Keep it simple. Again, minimalist photographs can be, I don't want to say just always black and white. They can be color, but not too much color. Just try to, you get like a blue sky, and then maybe some object like a white object, or not too much color, because when you have a lot of colors, it becomes busy and you just, we lost the point there. Again, if you disagree, let me know. I'm just telling you what the professionals, the way they do it. And then again, pick up your own style. I'm gonna pick my own style. And in future videos, I'll go on a journey or trip somewhere and try to apply this minimalist theory and share it with you. Again, this is learning, this is inspiration. I hope I'm inspiring you, so please subscribe and like and do, encourage me to continue this journey and share with you new things and learn new things, and believe me, we will learn new things. Even if you know something, everything can be improved. Everything can be improved, And then what else on minimalist photography? Light is important. We all know photography is about light. So light is important, where it's coming from, top, sides. Again, you're talking here, we're talking specifically on this gentleman, Michael Kenna, is black and white. So it can be flat. The light gives it 3 dimensions. Photography, technically, is 2D. But when you present light, when you present different elements in the picture, it becomes 3D. There's a lot of pictures, you look at it, it looks like even 4D. So when there is light and gives it different angles, it becomes 3D, and that's amazing. So not flat. It's just going to be flat. Go out and try it. Again, if you have a mirrorless camera, put it on monochrome. Cover the screen, and try to use your eyes, because it's different when you put your camera on your face and you're looking through the viewfinder. Believe me, it's different. When you're looking like this on the screen, it's different too, because you're making a quick decision. The brain I don't want this. But when you're looking at it, you're giving it time and you're contemplating the composition, and you're looking at light and shutter speed and aperture. Don't get too technical. All these guys way back then with the black and white roll of film and these mechanical cameras, there was no autofocus and auto nothing. Everything was manual. Only the light meter was, I think all the light meters these it's automatic. It had a little battery, and even that wasn't too accurate anyway. So they played with the aperture and the shutter speed, to align both of them to make sure the pictures come out okay. And the ISO, the roll of film basically is the ISO. ISO 400 is more sensitive to light. ISO 200 or ISO 100, like use that film during daylight. So, and they took great pictures. Believe me, gear is the last thing you want to worry about. Yesterday I was looking, I have the Canon R5. Now they have the R5 Mark II, and it added another 200 pages manual. Who's going to read that? Eye detection. I don't want eye detection. I want my own eye to detect the subject. After a while, it's like we just want to, glasses, you just turn and take a picture. I think this advanced technology is just taking the excitement and from photography, to be honest with you. I want to hold the camera, I want to look at it, smell it, and roll the film and take the picture. Everything auto, it has a time and purpose. Football game, and you're taking pictures of people playing sports, and you want something fast and focus and eye detection focus and all that stuff. That's fine. But for enjoyment, I say less is more. Try to go with black and white if you have mirrorless. You don't want to buy a 35mm camera, but if you can afford it, and it's about $100, there'll be a session just about my gear. I just added a 4th camera, believe it or not, Olympus OM30. So I have the OM20 and the OM30 on the way. That one, when it arrives here, we'll do a whole session on it. And then we got the Pentax and the Canon. I love the Canon 81. Uh, Again, 36 or 24 roll of film that goes into these things. And I had for these 2-3 weeks, the film's not even finished. Why? Because every picture, I'm very cautious. Using the brain for every picture. It's not like click click with my Canon R5 and then the Fuji X-T50. Went to the beach the other day. Took like 300 pictures. I took the Canon. I took three or four pictures. But they were good pictures. I haven't developed them yet, but I'm sure they're going to be good pictures. And so this is our session today. I'm going to put a list of a great minimalist photographers with some links. I'm going to just put a link to one. I think Kenna is the king of minimalist photographers, and put the other names, for you to look up if you want. And hopefully I inspired you with this. Again, every time I discover something or I'm doing something new, I'm gonna record a video, share it with you. And thank you for being with me on this journey. Please subscribe, like, and encourage me to do more of these things. Cheers.